The Sky Lantern Festival Adventure. Every year in the small village of Glintwood, there was a magical event called the Sky Lantern Festival. It was the one night when hundreds of glowing lanterns filled the sky, floating high above the mountains and casting a warm, golden glow over the land. People said that if you made a wish as your lantern drifted into the sky, it just might come true. Amari and Zoe, two best friends, had been looking forward to the Sky Lantern Festival for months. Amari, a thoughtful and adventurous boy with curly black hair, loved the idea of sending a wish up into the stars. Zoe, a bright and bold girl with fiery red hair, was always up for an adventure, especially one that involved magic. On the day of the festival, the village was buzzing with excitement. Stalls lined the streets, selling colorful lanterns, snacks, and little trinkets. Music filled the air, and the smell of sweet treats made everything feel even more magical. "This is going to be the best festival yet," Zoe said excitedly as she and Amari ran through the village square. Amari smiled, but his mind was elsewhere. He had been thinking a lot about his wish. "Do you really think the lanterns can make our wishes come true?" he asked. Zoe grinned. "Of course, but only if you really believe in it." Amari nodded, holding his lantern tightly. "I know what I'm going to wish for." As the sun began to set and the sky turned shades of orange and pink, the villagers gathered in the main square to light their lanterns. The soft glow of hundreds of lanterns filled the square, and everyone held their breath in anticipation. "Ready?" Zoe whispered, holding her lantern up. Amari nodded. "Ready." Together, they lit their lanterns, and in that moment, a strange gust of wind swirled around them. Their lanterns wobbled, then suddenly shot up into the sky, faster than any of the others. Amari and Zoe watched in awe as their lanterns drifted higher and higher until they disappeared behind the clouds. "That was strange," Amari said, staring at the sky. "Why did our lanterns fly so fast?" Zoe shrugged, but her eyes sparkled with excitement. "Maybe it's because our wishes are special." But before they could wonder any further, something even stranger happened. A shimmering trail of light began to descend from the clouds, spiraling down toward the village square. The crowd gasped in amazement as the light danced and swirled, finally landing right in front of Amari and Zoe. The light shimmered and pulsed, then slowly transformed into a glowing orb. The orb hovered in the air, radiating warmth and magic. Then, a soft voice whispered from the orb, "Your wishes have been heard. Follow the path of the sky lanterns, and you shall discover something beyond imagination." Amari and Zoe exchanged wide-eyed glances. "Did you hear that?" Amari asked, his heart racing. Zoe grinned. "Looks like we're in for an adventure." The glowing orb floated ahead of them, leading them through the village and toward the mountains that loomed in the distance. Amari and Zoe followed, their lanterns still visible, glowing faintly in the distance. As they climbed higher into the mountains, the air grew cooler, and the stars above them twinkled brighter than ever. "Where do you think we're going?" Amari asked, his voice filled with wonder. Zoe shrugged. "Only one way to find out." After what felt like hours of climbing, they reached a hidden clearing nestled between two peaks. In the center of the clearing stood a large, ancient tree. Its branches were draped with thousands of tiny lanterns, each one glowing softly. It was a breathtaking sight, like a tree made of stars. "Wow," Zoe whispered, staring up at the glowing tree. "This must be where the sky lanterns go." The orb floated toward the tree and stopped in front of a small stone pedestal at its base. Amari and Zoe stepped closer, noticing two words engraved on the stone: "Make a wish." Zoe grinned. "This is it. This is where we make our wishes come true." Amari, still in awe of everything, placed his hand on the pedestal and closed his eyes. He thought about his wish, the wish he had been holding in his heart all this time. Then, he whispered it softly, letting the magic of the tree carry it into the stars. Zoe followed suit, her wish tumbling from her lips with excitement and hope. Suddenly, the tree's lanterns flickered and grew brighter, filling the clearing with a warm, golden light. The orb pulsed once more, and the voice whispered, "Your wishes are granted. Remember, the power of a wish lies not in the magic, but in the heart that makes it." With that, the orb slowly faded away, and the tree's lanterns dimmed back to their gentle glow. Amari and Zoe stood there for a moment, letting the magic of the night wash over them. Then they turned to each other, grinning. "So, did your wish come true?"
Zoe asked.
Amari smiled, his heart full. "I think it's already starting to." As they made their way back down the mountain, the stars twinkled above them, and the sky lanterns continued to drift gently into the night. Amari and Zoe knew that they had experienced something truly special, something that would stay with them forever. And from that night on, whenever they saw a sky lantern, they would remember the magic of the festival, the glowing tree, and the power of a wish made with a true heart.